chest. Get it in. Big head drive. Launch it. Up. Get it. Yeah, there you go.
Hey guys, Ian and Jess here from Asgardian Strength. Today we wanted to go over 6 movements that are going to improve your rowing and pulling motions over time. So the first one we're going to go over is retraction. That is when Jess is going to be pinching her shoulder blades together back here. So this is retraction, and there's an opposite motion to that called protraction, and that's when she pushes her shoulder blades forward. She's going to take a side view so you guys can see it that way too. She's going to pull them back and retract them. Then she's going to push forward and protract them. So that's 1 and 2. The second 2 we're going to go over are going to be elevation and depression. So that's not when they get happy or sad. That's when they go up or they go down. So elevation and then depression. Now, when you elevate and depress, something else will happen. You'll get a 5th and 6th motion, which is abduction, like when you're taking a kid away, or the 6th one, adduction, when you're bringing that kid back. Abduction, adduction. Let's do that 2 more times so you can see with my hand. Now, all of these are important whenever you're trying to do any type of pulling motion. So today we're going to go over pulling horizontally and pulling vertically. So we're going to go over a regular horizontal row first. So we do both at the same time so you can see it symmetrically happen. So with the row motion, she's going to retract her shoulder blades, but she's also going to have to depress her shoulder blades as well too. Now, one thing people will do is they'll try and cue to just lock these in place so there's no motion at all. And I don't like that in any way, shape, or form, because that's just going to create shoulder issues over time. When I was cued to do this, when I was starting out, I didn't move them when I was pressing overhead, and it actually created impingements in my shoulder. So whenever you're rowing, I like to use a huge range of motion and think that it's not just about moving your elbow back and forth, it's also about getting the shoulder blade in there as well too. So when Jess is going to row, she's going to make sure shoulder blades go forward as far as they can, and then she's going to pull them back, initiating with the retraction, and then she's going to pull the elbows through to try and utilize the other muscles around the shoulder blade in itself. You can do about 5 more reps here, very dramatically. She'll change angles to the sides, you can see from there as well too. Now, muscles that are going to be helping do this, you're going to have the lats helping, you're going to have the mid-traps, rear delts, but you are also going to have muscles like your upper trap. Sometimes people just like to think about 1 or 2 muscles working. Don't think about that. Think about the entire joint and the muscles that are around that joint that help it do those motions. So some common mistakes you're going to see when you're doing some type of rowing is you're just going to get engagement from the bicep and the front of the shoulder, and the shoulder blade's actually going to be locked into place, not moving at all. What'll end up happening is for you to get that arm back all the way, the shoulder blade's going to have to elevate and it's going to have to roll forward. So what we call that is an anterior humeral glide. Basically what you're doing is you're ramming the front of your humerus here into the front of the socket and pissing a lot of shit off. So to avoid that, what we're going to try and do, like I said, is focus on trying to think about the shoulder blade doing this motion. You're going to try and pull it back to start, retract it, and then as you pull the elbow, think about trying to crush an orange in your armpit. Try and keep that elbow tight, but you also want to make sure that you're trying to extend the upper chest as well as the upper back to make sure that that shoulder blade can actually move and pull down to where we want it to go. So she's going to retract. So as you can see, she's retracting as she's pulling back. She's depressing at the same time. So for vertical pulling, we need a little bit more dynamic motion under the shoulders. We don't just need it to elevate and depress, retract, protract. We need something called upward rotation of the shoulder blade. So that's going to involve some abduction of the shoulder blade away from the body. To get that upward rotation, we need to make sure that we are extended. If we're over like this, the shoulder blade's not going to be able to physically upwardly rotate. So you need to be able to extend the upper back, the upper spine. You see here, she's rounded over, trying to pull, and that shoulder blade is just gliding. It's elevating up and over, creating that anterior humeral glide we were talking about earlier. So she's going to extend the chest up nice and tall, extend the spine. She's going to make sure she's pulling in When the elbow starts to go up, you're going to see the shoulder blade rotate upwards with it. And then when she tries to pull it back down, she's going to pull the shoulder blade back down like this. So let your elbow go up. You see the shoulder blade rotate upwards, and then she's going to pull that shoulder blade back down, making sure she stays extended here. So with rowing, it's not just about the shoulder blade. You also have to think about the spine itself. If you're not extended here, doesn't matter how much you try and move the shoulder blade, you're going to be shit out of luck. So whenever you're warming up for rows or any type of pressing motion, think about two different things, not just the shoulder blade motion, but also consider the extension as well too, because if you're not extended, that shoulder blade's not going to be in a good position to move the way it should.